Shauna Braxton is a 16-year-old young lady who is wise, but often finds herself in terrible situations. She often sits in her big old burgundy chair and begins to think as the scent of raspberry and vanilla fills the room. She sips her tea and looks out of her window, watching the birds fly around and the tree sway back and forth, side to side. She glances at her childhood journal surrounded with paperwork. She takes her focus off of her journal and focuses back on the window and notices it's raining. She sets her cup of tea on the chocolate brown tabletop, picks up her journal, and begins to think of her dad. He gave her that journal when she was 5 and told her that the journal was all she was going to have to remember him by. As she turns the pages, she comes across a picture of her mother, and her brother. Tears begin rolling down her reddish cheeks. Shauna then falls asleep in her big burgundy chair. 2 hours later, Shauna awakens and notices her mom is gone. When her mom leaves, she often leaves a note and says where she's going and when she'll get back. Shauna begins to worry and calls her mother's cell, but no pickup. She calls her grandmother's phone, no pickup. Shauna grabs her nearest belongings and drops out her chair and out the door to see her mother sitting on the bottom stair smoking a half-gone Newport. Shauna is relieved. She sits by her mother and says, "I thought you were gone for good." Her mother replies after taking a long drag of her cigarette, "I'll always come back for you." As they go about their day, Shauna notices something off about her mom. She looks weak. She looks sick. She asks her, "Mom, what's wrong?" She replies, "Nothing, baby. I'm just tired, that's all." Shauna takes her mom upstairs to her room and lays her in her bed. By the time Shauna gets downstairs, she realizes she has to start dinner before church that evening. Shauna goes into the kitchen and starts to prepare some chicken, rice, and macaroni and cheese. "Mom, are you ready to eat?" Shauna yells. Her mom doesn't reply. Maybe she's still asleep. Let me just go check, Shauna thinks. She gets upstairs and knocks on her mom's door. No response. She opens the door to find nobody there. The window is open with a sheet tied up and hanging out of it. Shauna knows for a fact now her mother has left and is not coming back. She calls her mother's cell phone, no answer. Her grandmother, no answer. She calls her mom again and no answer. She thinks, should I go look for her again? She obviously wanted to leave without me knowing if she had to sneak out the window. She starts not to go, but she knows she has to go try and find her at least. It is her mom after all. Shauna gets in her black Lexus and pulls out of the driveway. She does the speed limit of 45 down Park Avenue and slowly drives down Willow Street. She sees the kids in their front yards playing and the adults playing a game of 10, and one shouting out, "Hit me!" Shauna continues to cruise down the loud street and sees a woman on the front stoop of a raggedy, crusty, molded house surrounded by 3 guys. Shauna stops her car to take in the scene and build up enough courage to go to her mom. She gets out and runs across the street, immediately asking her mom, what is she doing here and who are these men? Her mother holds her head down, ashamed of having her daughter here, treating her like a kid. Her mother looks at her with her eyes bloodshot red, her mouth and nose covered in some white substance, and she is having a hard time breathing. Her mom says to her in a nasty, hard-to-hear slur, "Go find somebody else to take care of you. I'm through with you. What have you done for me? You think you're grown? Go ahead and you be that, 'cause I'm no longer your mama." Shauna looks at her mother in despair, turns away and then stops and begins to walk back to her car. But then Shauna realizes that home isn't home without mom. It's just an empty area where deceit and lies linger with no reason, no answers. "You gotta come with me, Mom," Shauna says with tears in her eyes, and her mother sees her tears and follows her to the car.